City Uncut, episode 172, presented by Major Sports Network Detroit. I'm your host, Dorf, joined each and every week by Major Sports Network founder Adam Hernandez. And, guys, job title is still, after a couple of years, he doesn't have a job title.
I know, it's crazy.
Shawn Bell. Hey, Shawn, this is a pretty small organization. You should make up a job title.
Make up a job title?
You could be Senior Vice President of Fun if you want to, or something like that. Or I like Executive Vice President of Snacks.
Ooh.
You do bring snacks.
I do, as I'm fat. So
I am the fattest one of all of us. So.
Not by much. You got me.
Shawn, I got like 50 pounds on you.
No, you don't.
Want to bet?
50, I know.
If the answer is if you're under 270, you lose.
Okay, I lost.
Okay, there you go.
I'm at 260.
Okay, I've got 60 pounds on you.
Okay. But you're like a foot taller than me, so that makes sense.
It's only like 4 inches. You're what, 5'9"?
5'10".
Okay, it's 4 inches.
Still, that's like a foot to me.
So Shawn needs math help.
I do. I'm from northern Michigan. Me don't speak English and math that well.
Quality Michigan education. All right, let's get right into it. This episode here is our major college football season preview for the state of Michigan of 2018. Sorry, Chippewas, Broncos, Eagles, I don't know, Ferris State Bulldogs. We're only doing Michigan State. If you don't like it, start your own podcast.
Tough titties.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, let's get right into it. So we're going to lead off with the Wolverines. Ranked number 14 in the AP preseason poll. Just right, too high, too low. What are you guys' thoughts?
Which way are you going here?
Doesn't matter. Pick.
Wow. She's a little feisty. Jeez.
Go ahead, Shawn.
I'm delegating responsibility.
So what was your question again?
It's right in front of you. Asshole. Come on. Pick. What you got?
All right. I guess I will go.
Yeah, you go
Shawn
ahead.
is clearly not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm not. Jeez.
No, I think it's fine. Heading into this season, Michigan has a new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Despite what every single Michigan fan out there is going to say, I still think the jury's going to be out on Shea Patterson. The guy doesn't have a lot of experience. Yes, he has a lot of credibility, so to speak, coming out of high school as a 5-star. But look, you're still going to have some big-time question marks on the offensive side. We're hearing Tariq Black is going to be out again for a number of games.
Broken wrist again.
Defense is going to be right there. However, there's still some very, very big question marks when it comes to that Michigan offense. So I'm perfectly fine with a 14 ranking, and I think most people should be just fine with a 14 ranking as well. John?
No, I actually agree with you all the way on that. I'm like, I don't think it's too high or too low or whatever. Like, it's right where they are. Like you said, especially with Shea Patterson, a new quarterback. He has a little too much hype, I think. They've gave him and stuff like that, because I haven't really seen much from him, obviously, in this program. So, but I think 14 is pretty solid for them.
Well, at the same time, if let's look at the teams that are ahead of them. 14th, by the way, is what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in the Big Ten. Wisconsin checks in at number 4, Ohio State 5.
Better.
Penn State 10.
Better.
Michigan State 11.
Better.
Okay. Now, teams immediately in front or behind is Stanford, Notre Dame, USC, TCU, or West Virginia. Kind of teams in either direction a little bit. Are they in the kind of the right spot there?
TCU is going to challenge for the Big 12.
Okay.
What else do we have?
USC is starting a true freshman at quarterback, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're not, and they're not going to win the Pac-12.
Stanford, Notre Dame.
Stanford is always there. Where's Stanford? Is Stanford ahead or
Ahead?
ahead?
Ahead one spot.
I'm never sold on Notre Dame anymore.
Well, you'll find out.
You'll find out
where the teams stand in
at week 1,
6 days.
Yeah.
Or well, at this point, 5 days.
Yeah.
Saturday.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Again, like I said, half of the Michigan's game is under complete question here. It's not like Michigan is heading into the season where you're like, that offensive line is pretty good, but man, that right guard play is a little questionable right now. No, everything on the offensive side of the ball right now is a complete question mark. Wide receivers, complete question mark.
The entire offense. Is this the
quarterback, complete question mark. Running back, complete question mark. I mean, look, you have to score points. You have to score points in the Big Ten if you're going to be able to do anything.
Yes.
You can't score any points, then you're not going to win. Plain and simple. And right now, until Jim Harbaugh and company has shown the capability to go out there and beat your rivals, then I'm sorry. You don't have the benefit of the doubt at this point to warrant yourself a top 10 pick or a top 10 ranking.
And here's the thing, there's several national pundits that have picked him to go to
Desmond
the
Howard.
playoff. Well, not just Desmond Howard.
It was like the
Go to
entire
the playoff.
crew.
There's a couple national title nods. It's just wow.
And you know what, Dorf? I'm sorry.
I want to transition this into the next thing. With that kind of hype from the let's call it the pundits. I can't even call them honest pundits.
Desmond Howard's a boo. Desmond Howard's a fucking boo.
I mean, if Lee Corso wasn't the clown on game day, I don't know what.
Well, he's obviously vying for
challenging for that.
He's obviously vying for that spot when Lee Corso hangs it up.
I guess the comic relief.
Yeah,
but I think I just hire Mike Leach for that. Anyway,
can I hire Faux Pelini?
Dude, he already writes for the Athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to get into the bidding war with the Athletic.
Let's go full on hire Faux Pelini and his cat.
Just sit there and game day every day.
Tribute to Mike Sadler, hire Faux Pelini and his cat.
Anyway, so what I want to get this into is, with these high expectations, how do you define a successful season for the Wolverines? Let's go around the table. Let's start with Shawn.
With me, this is Jim Harbaugh's 4th year right now, or 3rd year? 4th year.
4th year.
4th year. To have a successful season where they have to win the Big Ten. They have to.
So that's the season is a failure if they do not win the Big Ten.
Yes, it's been that long.
You're beating all your rivals then.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, and that's the only way this is going to be a successful season. They haven't been successful since he's been here.
You play all your damn good games on the road.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's how I see it. You have to win. You have to win all of it.
Success. Okay. Adam, what about you? What's a success?
You have to go 2 of 3 with your rivals.
So we're defining rivals as Michigan State,
Penn State,
Ohio State. Okay.
Yes, you have to go.
So Wisconsin and Notre Dame, other high-ranked games on the schedule there. Wisconsin at home, but
well, keep in mind Wisconsin doesn't matter. Wisconsin doesn't matter at all.
You're right. It doesn't.
Different division, so they don't matter.
Right.
You can theoretically.
I do get Penn State at home too. My bad. So
yeah, they have Penn
State, Ohio State on the road, Penn State at home.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go 2 of 3 at least.
Okay.
Against their rivals. Look, this isn't year 1 of Jim Harbaugh.
2 or 3 in game 3 that they lose. Does any qualifier in that? Does it have to be close or anything like that?
No, you have to beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, the game that they lose. That you're saying that they go 2 out of 3, you would still define a success. Is there any conditions?
2 wins out of the 3?
Yeah, yes, they still the loss is a loss.
The game they lose,
it doesn't matter what the score is. The loss is a loss.
Does it matter how they lose? So say they beat both Michigan State and Penn State, but get their doors blown out by Ohio State. Is that still a successful season? Does it matter? Does style points matter? Is what I'm asking.
Well, it depends on how bad they blow them out. I think
yes, because
that it matters. Okay, that's all I was trying to get out of you.
Yes. Yes, it does. If you get the doors blown off by Ohio State, then yes, that's definitely going to sour, and that's definitely going to put your season into question whether or not it's successful. I'm not going to say right now whether or not it's going to come to that point where that's going to make a determination, but it's a factor.
Okay. So my success here, definition of success this year is a minimum of 11 wins.
Mm-hmm.
That includes you being able to get that 11th win in bowl season.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to need to minimally play in a New Year's Six game. I don't think your offense is going to be good enough to make a playoff. But if you don't make a New Year's Six game, I'm sorry. That means going back to the Rose Bowl, and I don't think that's part of the playoff this year, is it?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
But if Rose Bowl is available, you better go there minimally.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I can't say this. You've got your quarterback. No excuses.
It's fair though. That's fair. I mean, this is
I don't care if Tariq Black's hurt again.
Right.
Yeah, this is again. You're for Jim Harbaugh.
It's all your guys.
It's time to put up or shut up when it comes to
that's
this.
what I'm
They're
saying.
either all your guys or they're damn good.
Right.
No excuses.
You know what though, Dorf? In all fairness, last year
Was all his guys.
I
I will give them some credence for the youngest team in college football or whatever like that.
don't care. Urban Meyer did it.
Yeah.
You're getting paid too much money.
Yeah, you're getting paid like one of the
Fair
highest
enough.
paid coaches in college football.
Fair enough.
You
However,
need to win.
Urban Meyer did have the youngest team in college football, but he had a returning starter quarterback.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So
You also had a 4-star coming out of high school quarterbacking your team for.
I don't care.
No, I'm just saying.
The other guys are on. Okay, fair enough. All right. Next topic of business here. On the schedule, biggest game of the year. What is the biggest game of the year here? You don't have to pick the obvious ones.
Notre Dame.
Right away.
Right off the bat, Notre
Right
Dame.
off the bat. Okay.
You're playing a ranked team in the top 15 and
on the road.
Yeah, on the road. To be honest, this is basically this game right here is going to show you who Michigan is.
Okay.
This is the biggest game of the year because you have until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more weeks until you play another ranked
Somebody
team.
important.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. So this game right here is going to determine whether or not, for me as a Michigan fan, this is going to show you if Shea Patterson is who he is.
Okay. Adam, what about you?
For me, it's got to be aside from the obvious of Ohio State, it's got to be Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that stretch of games right there, it gets tough. You're going to be at home against Wisconsin, on the road against Michigan State, then back home against Penn
you play
State.
Michigan State and Penn State back-to-back weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I mean, that's...
Even with Wisconsin, Michigan State, and Penn State.
Three straight weeks. That's a brutal stretch right there.
You've got to... You know what?
You at least got 2 of those 3 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's still a brutal stretch.
I'm going to pull an audible here. I'm going to say it's Penn State.
Okay.
Penn State. You have to win at least one of those 2 games if you want to make anything of the Big Ten East. Okay. You have to. Ohio State's an obvious at the end of the season, but you have to win one of those 2 games on October 20th or November 3rd if you want to make anything of your season. You lose one of those 2 games, season's probably over.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna actually take kind of the obvious game. I think it's gonna be the regular season finale against Ohio State. Why I say that is Ohio State's once again strapped in controversy, and the last time that you have a chance to you haven't beat them when they're at their best. You might as well try and get a win while they're at their worst.
New quarterback too.
He won't be new by week 12, but or 12th game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you need to be able to capitalize and break the momentum in the lifetime series there.
Mm-hmm.
The last time Ohio State was down when they had that postseason ban, they beat the shit out of you. They ran up the score, if I remember correctly. Which memory could be failing me there, but they have to. There's a bigger stretch like that 3-game stretch of Wisconsin, Michigan State, Penn State in consecutive weeks is brutal. But I still think even if you go 1-2 in those 3-game stretch there, but if you beat Ohio State, I think you can still have a successful season. Because there's no games you should lose. I would call this weekend a toss-up considering how much is unknown about any college football team at the beginning of a season. I'll call this weekend a toss-up. There's no game left on your schedule that you should lose until that 3-game run. There's absolutely no reason you shouldn't blow the doors off of pretty much everybody. All right. Biggest trap game of the year. So one that...
you don't want to do most overrated opponent first?
Nah, we'll skip that one.
Okay.
Biggest trap game.
For me, I'm going to go at Northwestern
Good call.
on September 29th. Northwestern, that game's on the road. Northwestern always plays tough in Evanston, so
They do have good quarterback talent in Clayton Thorson, too.
yeah. So I'm going to go with Northwestern on the 29th.
Okay. Shawn, what about you?
I was actually going to say the same game.
Okay.
But to be different, I don't know. I'm kind of a little worried. I don't know why the Western Michigan game. I don't know why. I just kind of...
Oh, Western lost their PJ Fleck. They're bad now.
Yeah, I know. I know they're bad.
They're back to being Western.
But it possibly could do... I don't know why. Just, a little school in Michigan going against a bigger school in Michigan. They might bring some little...
Hey, don't overlook them.
Right,
Central's beaten Michigan State twice in the last, 10 meetings. So.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Remember that onside kick?
This is like...
I still have bald spots from that. I'm just kidding.
That game to me is kind of like the little nephew is coming out of getting growing up and getting a little bigger.
Western's not going to beat him.
Hey, I'm just
my biggest track game here is going to be Indiana. Michigan has not played Indiana well the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I understand Indiana's once again replacing a lot of talent, but at the same time, you have a chance to look past them because the Ohio State game's the next week. At that point, you probably laid the hammer on Rutgers the week before. You're just coming off that, just 2 weeks removed from that brutal 3-game stretch that we talked about. Indiana can sneak up on a team. They score a lot of points. They have for a long time. Just can't stop anybody. But unfortunately, in college football, that can equal to a inferiorly talented team just sneaking up and getting a win on somebody. The timing might be right, or they're running on full. Michigan's running at full steam ahead, full cylinders, all cylinders, and they might run them over. Who knows? That's 3 months from now.
it's true.
All right. Anything else, guys? Before what's biggest key to success? I'm thinking player, coach, anything like that. Who is the biggest key to success for the Wolverine season this year?
Shea Patterson.
Okay.
To me, he has to come out and be the guy who they're expecting. I know they're giving him a lot of hype and stuff like that. I'm not too sold on him yet, but he has to be the one to basically run this team and carry it and just do what he's supposed to do. That's why he's here. That's why he's starting, and that's why they chose him.
Okay. What about you, Adam?
I completely agree. I think it's got to be Shea Patterson. Keep in mind, this is Jim Harbaugh named Shea Patterson as the starting quarterback this past week. Very, very uncharacteristic of
last
of
year,
Jim
even
Harbaugh.
though he had a returning starter, he refused to name it until the week of.
Well, I think
Actually,
basically
up to the game,
up
the
until
start
the
of the
game.
game. Yeah.
I mean, all eyes were on who was going to be trotting out off the sideline when Michigan was, taking their first offensive play of the game. Jim Harbaugh, again, I think everybody expected it to be Shea Patterson, but again, Jim Harbaugh named Shea Patterson as a starter this past week. Very, very uncharacteristic of Jim Harbaugh, so it has to be Shea Patterson, I think. He's going to be the one that's going to be able to balance out that offense. He's going to be the one that is going to have to make up for however long Tariq Black is out. He's going to have to make some wide receivers, because Michigan doesn't have...
Grant Perry's not that good, guys. He's your leading returning receiver.
No, and Donovan Peoples-Jones hasn't shown us anything of...
He's very good at running go routes and pretty all right in the punt return game.
But that's
all I know about him.
Yeah, that's... other than that, there's, again, like I said, lots of question marks. So it's got to be Shea Patterson that's going to be able to balance out that offense.
All right, I'm going to kind of go with the guy I just kind of knocked. Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be my biggest key to success here. For that exact reason, Tariq Black is hurt. Wide receiver with a foot injury. There's huge questions about his effectiveness when he does return, or if he returns. If you read what you believe on the blogosphere, this is the same thing that he hurt last year, and that cost him the rest of the year. He played 3 games and then missed the rest of the year, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a big question whether or not he's going to be any good once he comes back. A foot injury on any sort of skill position player is, potentially deadly. So Donovan Peoples-Jones has got to step up. He's the big body receiver that a pro style offense, even though they may not be as traditionally pro style as they want to be with Shea Patterson at the helm, because that doesn't maximize his talents. He needs to be that. He needs to be that guy. And because Grant Perry can't get himself open. He's a nice guy to take advantage of soft zones and slower college linebackers over the middle, but you need a big play, you need a big yardage.
Gotta go to Peoples
And
Jones.
you got to go to Peoples Jones. He's got to be that guy that you can force the ball to, even when everybody in the stadium knows it's coming.
Yep.
All right, let's go game by game. I don't necessarily want scores. If you want to say big loss, little loss, one score, etc., that's fine.
Sean, are you gonna be recorded?
I need.
Just do it on the rundown on the computer.
Okay.
That's why I wrote it out like I did. Let's go around the table. We're gonna go game by game. Try and keep this quick and keep moving. So Notre Dame. That's on Saturday here. Shawn, who do you got?
I got Michigan. I hit it with my beard. But
That's one bad part about condenser mics.
I know, right? No, I'm picking Michigan. I see it being a really close game because, like you said, it's the beginning of the season. This is, to me, is the biggest, challenge for Michigan, and we don't know much about either offense really that much, but I believe that Michigan's going to come out on top just by a few points.
So I'm gonna go with Michigan as well. Notre Dame's pass offense is pathetic. Was pathetic last year, and Michigan's front should be too damn good to run the ball on. So they should win, and they should win quite easily, in my opinion. Very similar to the way 2 years ago that Michigan State kind of went into Notre Dame and blew the doors off them in the opener as well, until they kind of took their foot off the gas in the second half and only won by 8. But that was a 3 or 4 score game at the half. I kind of expect the same thing out of the Wolverines here this weekend.
I completely agree. I don't think Notre Dame's going to get into double digits as far as the score goes. Give me Michigan.
Okay. All right.
In fact, Dorf, we had most overrated opponent on here. I was going to pick Notre Dame.
Okay. I mean, they're constantly overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's go next. Shawn, we're going to go to you. Western Michigan on the 8th of September.
Like I said before, I'm a little worried about this for some reason. I don't know why I have that gut feeling, but I still am going to go with Michigan over Western Michigan. Like you said, Michigan has them at home. They should be fine. Just crush them.
Okay. It's Western Michigan at home. Western isn't good. They don't have NFL level talent. This should be a bloodbath. Michigan.
I'm going Michigan as well. Home team going up against a MAC team. Lost their. They lose their quarterback this year.
I don't care.
I think they
matter.
did. I think they lost or started, from what I can remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. Michigan's playing at the Big House. They're gonna roll over Western.
All right, the 15th of the month against SMU. Let's keep it quick here. Shawn.
Michigan. It's just going to be a blowout there.
Yeah, SMU's got to go a long way. They come from the Dallas area, if I remember correctly, if I'm not actually in Dallas. Blowout Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. Blowout Michigan. Taking advantage of those mid-major conference teams. So
okay, all right. Week 4 at home for Nebraska. 3 straight home games here for the Wolverines. Nebraska is going to start a true freshman at quarterback. First conference game. I don't remember their schedule. They might play a goofy week 2 conference game, but early in a college career of a true freshman starter, new coach. Does Nebraska have a shot here, guys?
No. I'm with coming in with basically a new coach, freshman quarterback. It's still week 4, week 3 actually. 4. They're not going to be totally on key and stuff like that. There's no way they're going to be able to handle Michigan's defense.
And Nebraska's screwed if that said true freshman quarterback gets hurt because
they have nobody
the kid that just lost the quarterback competition or whatever. Scott Frost named the QB today. He fucking quit and requested his release from his scholarship. So fuck this amount. Well, he's a redshirt freshman. They got this true freshman starter who's never going to play. So I can't blame the kid. Get your transfer on so you can potentially get in and play next. Only miss 1 year instead of a year and a half effectively of football. So, I'm gonna Michigan as well. All right, 29th against Northwestern.
Do you want to hear what I was going to say about Nebraska?
Not really. But yeah, go ahead.
Michigan wins.
Okay. So anticlimactic. All right, Northwestern. You guys kind of both listed this the trap game. What are your selections for the game overall?
I'm going to go with a close Michigan win on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one possession game. Michigan comes out on top at the end.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's always hard to go in Northwestern and play against. We've always struggled kind of going there and playing. I kind of agree with that. It's going to be a close game. Michigan comes out by at least 6.
Okay. One-score game in college. Ooh, anything can happen here. I'm really, really concerned because this is a straight-up pick'em. I'm going to still take the Wolverines, but if I had to put a % chance the Wolverines come away victorious, very slim. I would say 60% or less chance that they actually win here. Based on what I've seen and kind of heard the preseason Nebraska, then again, you never know what you get there. So they could be absolutely hot garbage and be coming into that game 1-5. So I'm still gonna pick Michigan. All right. Did you get yours in? Sorry.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll. 10-6, October 6th versus Maryland. Program strapped in controversy. Have they fired Durkin yet? Actually,
No, he's still there.
Oh, Jesus Christ! When are they going to get that done?
Never.
It's amazing he's still there.
No kidding.
It really is.
With that in mind,
which has totally been overshadowed by this Ohio State thing too.
Is that kind of the athletic department that doesn't have enough money just to make a problem go away, so they have to actually do due process and find a way to fire him for cause?
No, don't they have Under Armour money?
Somebody's sponsoring them.
They might.
I think Maryland is sponsored by Under Armour.
Well, the founder went to Maryland.
Yeah,
that's why.
No, I don't know what this is. It's very, very weird. Now, I don't want to ever point to a money issue when you are a team like Maryland playing the Big Ten, especially with that type of controversy hovering over
Isn't the state broke?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Yeah.
It's not like they have $30 million lying around.
They have
got to go away.
They have a crazy obsession with their stupid flag, though, when it comes to.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Some of that uniform stuff is cool.
I hate that.
I love the flag rolling through the helmet into the uniform. That was dope.
No, not cool.
Okay,
yeah, I'm not too fan.
You're
of
a
that.
Jersey Nazi, and we never agree on anything because I think all blacks are great and you hate them.
And you're wrong, but
flat black helmets, love them.
I'm cool with flat black helmets.
All right. Anyway, any chance the Wolverines get upset here, guys?
No.
Nope.
All right, me either. Wow. Beginning the 3-week streak from hell. 13th of October at home for Wisconsin. Guys, what's going to happen here? What you got, Shawn?
Michigan's going to come out on top, just barely. This is the beginning of a mud bowl, just killing each other for the next 3 weeks. And this is the beginning of it. I think this is where they're going to still have that momentum going into Wisconsin, or not coming home playing against Wisconsin. And they still have the enthusiasm and the endurance of still winning, just coming out barely.
Okay. Adam, what about you?
Well, let's look at things here. Wisconsin has one of the best offensive lines in the country.
The best offensive line in the country.
They have a returning, experienced quarterback and a running back who is going to be in contention for the Heisman Trophy. Give me Wisconsin.
Okay. I don't think Alex Hornibrook, the quarterback for Wisconsin, is any good.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he's any good. I think he's got a noodle for an arm and he struggles to throw the ball more than 10 yards down, or 15 yards downfield. With that in mind, Michigan can load up the box, but Wisconsin's still too damn good at running the ball. And Wisconsin's defense isn't the most athletic thing in the world, but God, they always just get shit done. Mm-hmm. Former NFL safety, ball hawk Jim Leonard is their defensive coordinator. Damn good at his job. I'm going to pick Wisconsin here. Another one of those, if I was a betting man, Wisconsin probably only 60% chance of winning. But since it's just straight pick, I'm going to take Wisconsin here too.
If this was in Wisconsin, I'd pick Wisconsin all the way. Yeah.
All right. So first true test post Notre Dame. We all, except Shawn, the homer, have Wisconsin prevailing. So next, at Michigan State. What do we got here, guys? Go around the table. Shawn, what you got?
I have Michigan State.
Adam has written down Wisconsin.
I know you have it wrong. Yeah.
Oh, do I have it written down?
Wisconsin's coming in.
Michigan versus Michigan State. Wisconsin is victorious and East.
That's funny. No, I don't think Michigan has that good enough team. Like you said, the offense is still kind of up in the air. Like I said, for us, and even though we say we have our quarterback, I don't think they can go into Michigan State and beat them. If it was home against Michigan State, I think you have a better chance. But obviously, there's no way they're going to go into Michigan State and beat them.
Okay. I'm a homer. Go green, go white.
Of course.
Of course. All right. Next,
you're gonna wait.
You picked Wisconsin, so I didn't think you had anything to add here.
Well, my mentality there is going to kind of mirror what Michigan's mentality is going to be. Coming off a loss against Wisconsin, it's going to be an extremely stressful week for them. Still hampering on that Wisconsin loss, heading into Michigan State to take on one of their biggest rivals. It's going to be Brian Lewerke versus Shea Patterson. Give me Brian Lewerke, okay. Michigan State.
So they do actually have a bye week before the next game against Penn State. So chance to kind of let their wounds, after coming off quite frankly, a brutal 2-game stretch. Potentially 2 top 10 teams there. At home for Penn State. I don't think Penn State's that good, especially the post-Saquon Barkley era. They still can't stop anybody on defense because James Franklin is a boob.
Mm-hmm. One of the most overrated head coaches in
college football. He can recruit like crazy, but God, is he a befuddlingly bad game manager.
Sounds like he should be a coach at Michigan.
No comment.
Where's the "This is Michigan" for God's sakes drop?
This is Michigan.
It's too late now.
This is Michigan.
Shawn, for God's sakes. What do we got here, guys?
I'm actually going to go with Michigan on this one. I agree with you. I don't think Penn State's as good as they say they are. And that week off is going to help them because, in my mind, I picked Michigan State to beat them. Michigan's going to come in here after that loss.
After losing 2
angry,
straight.
Exactly, especially losing to Michigan State. They're going to be angry. They're going to just pound on Penn State.
Okay.
This is Michigan.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So loud.
I know.
R.I.P. to your...
This is Michigan.
Rest in peace your ears if you were listening on headphones there.
For God's sake.
For God's sake.
Thanks for turning that down for that second part.
That was hilarious.
Ow, I'm bleeding.
Good.
My ears. God, I don't even know where I was.
Penn State.
Michigan wins. Adam, what you got? You got anything to
add? Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan in this one. Coming back off those two losses to Wisconsin and Michigan State, you have to win this one. Have to win it at home. Like you said, I don't think Penn State's necessarily that good either. Post Saquon Barkley, give me Michigan at home.
Okay. Next game on the road against the State University of New Jersey. That'd be Rutgers, who just suspended 8 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because they stealing credit cards and using them for money. Don't they think they learn?
Do we have to go around the table on this one?
Yeah.
No.
We already know that.
1, 2, 3.
Rutgers is going to get their ass kicked.
I just picked a different team.
Who did you pick?
I said Indiana. I was just throwing out
That's
a random
next
team.
Week, asshole.
I know. I was pulling at Adam. He picked Wisconsin before.
Yeah, okay. You should have picked Penn State because he used the week before.
Oh, dang it.
All right. 17th of November against Indiana at home. Final home game of the year, senior day. Any chance that the Hoosiers of Indiana sneak up on them?
No, I don't think. It's going to be a close game. You know how they do put up a lot of points, but the thing is, Michigan's defense is a little bit better than what they are going to expect, and playing that far into the season already, they're going to be ready, warm, ready to be themselves. And I don't think Indiana really has a chance.
Indiana's quarterback plays isn't as good as it's been the last couple of years. I mean, despite what people thought about Richie Lugo, I thought he was all right. The kid that replaced him mid-season last year, I forget his name, as a returning starter. I don't think he has any arm talent. And Nate Sudfeld has done okay for himself in the league so far, being the backup. And he's got himself a Super Bowl ring. He's the backup in Philadelphia. So, I don't think they have a QB play to beat Michigan, quite honestly. I think the Wolverines will prevail, especially at home.
I'm going to take Wolverines at least by 10.
At least 10. Okay. All right. Finally, last but not least, on the road to face those damn old Buckeyes in the worst place on earth, Columbus, Ohio. Any chance that the Wolverines finally win a game in this rivalry?
There's no way. They would have, obviously I could say again,
Herbs will be back by
right,
then.
he's going to be back by then, and like I said, before, if this wasn't in Ohio State, you could say they had a slight chance of maybe winning, but this team's not that good enough to beat Ohio State.
Okay, fair enough. Adam, what about you?
I think people need to keep in mind with this is, Ohio State not only is going to be competing for the Big Ten East, but Ohio State's going to have to be playing for if they're going to want to go to the playoff. This game here at the end of the season is going to play into that a ton. Keep in mind, Ohio State, one of those games that Urban Meyer is going to be out for is against 16th ranked TCU, which I believe is their second game of the season. There's a good shot that Ohio State doesn't win that game. So with that in mind, the rest of these games that this upcoming year are really going to count extra for Ohio State. They cannot drop this game at home. They're going to come out. They're going to come ready to play. Give me Ohio State in this one.
Whole new quarterback thing is kind of lost and old at this point by the end of the season. It's in the shoe. Michigan doesn't win big games on the road. I mean, they haven't won a road game against a ranked team since, what, 06? I don't see that streak ending this year.
That's why James Franklin is perfect for him.
Well, the streak could end this year because you're going to beat we all have them beating a ranked team on the road this weekend. Yeah, it's not going to restart there's not going to be a road winning streak against ranked teams going this season. So I'm going to pick the Wolverines as well. Ohio State as well.
Whoa, I was going to say,
All
what's
right.
going on?
So we've got records tied up here, tabulated here. So Adam and I both have the Wolverines going 9-3. Shawn has them going 10-2. Successful season, or yay or nay?
No.
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 No, you're 1-2 against your rivals. So
Okay. Anything else on the Wolverines before we wrap them up?
Mm-mm.
All right. I hope we are not totally horrifically wrong by the time the end of the year rolls around. So here we go. We're going to Michigan State here. Preseason ranking number 11. Too high, too low, right on. What are we thinking here, guys?
yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like almost the same, team coming back, what they did last year. I think this is pretty good, callings on it.
Okay. At the same time, you got an NFL calendar hour coming back, returning pretty much everybody who matters on defense. Healthy coming in at the beginning of the season, hopefully. Allegedly healthy. I'm good. I'm good with that ranking too. All right. Define a successful season this year for the Spartans.
They have to beat Ohio State.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think Michigan State has never been, it seems like, hampered to winning that one game. Michigan State has always been able to pick themselves up after what are suspected to be big-time losses. I don't think you could do that with a Mark D'Antonio Spartan team anymore. I don't think it all comes down to one game for them. When you look at Michigan State, for them, I hesitate to say it's winning the Big Ten. I'm going to say at least winning the Big Ten East. That's going to define a successful season. Because you win the Big Ten East, you're going to a New Year's Six bowl game probably.
Minimally New Year's Six bowl game.
Yep. Because I think the Big Ten winner is going to end up going to the championship.
Sure.
So you have to win the Big Ten East. That's going to define a successful season for Michigan State.
I like your definition. I think no matter how it comes, a Big Ten East championship is good enough, and a good showing in the Big Ten title game. I don't necessarily need a playoff berth. I'd like to be in the conversation minimally. At the same time, you got a good schedule for this. This should work out. I mean, your two really toughest games are at home, that being Michigan and Ohio State. No excuses here. Got to get the job done. Then again, last time there was this much press clippings about a team, they came out and laid an egg at 3-9. So, but you have superior quarterback talent scheduled to start this season compared to last fateful 3-9 season. So,
Who's turned that quarterback that year?
Tyler O'Connor.
Oh, well.
I mean, you were coming off Connor Cook. Big, he kind of limped to the finish in his career because his shoulder was about to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Bad disappointment in the playoff, your playoff berth against Alabama. I mean, you had a team that you were totally outclassed against to begin with in Alabama, and then you had your quarterback whose throwing arm was hurt. So, it is what it is. Biggest game of the year. As of right now, what are your biggest game of the year for you guys?
For me, obviously, it's the Michigan State game for this with their schedule. Looking at it, Because you have Penn State and Michigan. Those are pretty much the two hardest games you're going to play up till Ohio State, and that Michigan game is basically I think the biggest one of it because then you got Purdue and Maryland afterwards to kind of like get your back on track to play Ohio State.
Sure. What you got?
It's going to be Ohio State. You've got that's going to be your last big test of the season. Late season game, November 10th. Very well could come down to that when it comes to how the Big Ten East is going to shape up. So, got it at home. You have to. That's going to definitely be a must-win for them, especially at home soon.
Okay. We're just skip most over to opponent again. Biggest trap game for the Spartans this year. Who you guys got? Sorry, my most important game. It's always like it is every year. Michigan game. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Biggest trap game.
I'm gonna say Penn State.
It's not a trap game.
Yeah, I do because it's away.
By definition, it's not a trap game.
Yeah, it is.
You know what a trap game is, Shawn?
Yes. So okay, then I want
vastly inferior opponent will sneak up on you.
Yeah, because I think Penn State sucks.
Okay, well, most people don't. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, if you think they're really bad, then
I do. I think Penn State being ranked 10 was way too high for them.
Okay. So this is your biggest trap game.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
I'm assuming that October 17th game is going to be a night game.
Who's that against?
Nebraska.
At Nebraska.
Yeah. I'm going to go with that one.
That'll probably be a BTN night game.
Yeah. So night game, Lincoln.
8:00 game in Lincoln.
Give me that one.
It's gonna be a cold game.
Yeah.
In Lincoln.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cold game.
All right. So my biggest trap game, I'm actually gonna say, is this week against Utah State. Utah State does not have the talent to keep up with you, but at the same time, really, really high expectations. I'm afraid of the inflated ego. Utah State's got nothing to lose. This could. I'm afraid of what it was like when the 3-9 season started just 2 years ago against BYU at the beginning of the year, when BYU came into your house and pantsed you. Now, that BYU team was a lot more talented than this Utah State team, but at the same time,
How about going on the road to Arizona State?
Arizona State. I mean, the new chief football officer, Tyrone Willingham, and it's like, God damn, why did Herm Edwards? Why do I keep calling?
Oh, is that where Herm Edwards is?
Yeah, that's where Herm Edwards is. The only reason that I am concerned is because it's a 10:45 Eastern kick.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You're gonna be up for that one?
But it's only like 7:45 there.
I understand. This kid should be in bed.
I would say the Northwestern game could be a good trap game for them too. Because if they lose that game,
they lost to him last year.
I know if Northwestern come in and beat them, then they got to go away and play Penn State and then come back home and play Michigan.
They're not going to let that happen again.
I know, but
it's not going to happen. I would after that.
That started the whole free Brian Lewerke movement, and then they finally said, "Fuck it, we're not a running team," and started hucking the ball around the yard and beat the shit out of people.
After that, I'm going to go with Indiana again. At Indiana, early in the season.
10:45.
Arizona State, not Indiana.
So late.
Imagine if they start that Indiana game at 10:45.
Oh my gosh! They would play till 1 a.m.
Why are you doing that? Thankfully, it's a Saturday, so I can stay up later or not. So,
past your bedtime.
Biggest key to success this season was player, coach, schedule, something. What you got, Adam?
For me, it's gonna be on the coaching staff. Being able to,
you are replacing your defensive coordinator too. Don't forget that.
I need to see them kind of get away from that conservative, boring play that Michigan State fans have suffered through when it comes to Mark D'Antonio's assistants. I want to see them open up the book, especially with an explosive type of quarterback like Brian Lewerke is.
Got good wide receiver talent all coming.
Yeah, let's see things open up a little bit. I want to see the coaching staff have some fun with this. At the same time, I don't want to say be responsible, but I think they know what they have to do in order for this to be a successful season. So let's open things up a little bit with Brian Lewerke back there. He's a very good quarterback who can handle himself in the pocket and outside of it. So let's see it happen.
Okay. Shawn, what about you?
I kind of, I agree with Adam. The offense, coaching staff to Lewerke, that offense, you got to keep him throwing. You have to keep him throwing. Once you stop making him throw, that's where your success is going to fail.
Okay. Mine is going to be Mark D'Antonio. As long as he refuses to not be a stick in the mud and hashtag free Brian Lewerke, and they realize that this is a quarterback-led team and they're not going to be able to... They might not have a 1,000-yard rusher again, and that's okay. Because you should have a 3,500-yard pass.
Yeah, I was going to say with at least 30 touchdowns.
This is... You should have a Connor Cook 2014 type, 2014-2015 type season here, where you have a guy go for 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be okay. I mean... LJ Scott's going to be pissed because he's finished with like 990 yards 2 years in a row. He finished like 996 his sophomore year, and 998 his junior year. He might get to 1,000 yards, but that's okay. Brian Lewerke is too good of a talent to be wasted lining up in the eye and handing it off 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, don't be sticking in the mud, Mark. Free Brian. All right, game by game predictions time. Let's be quick here. Let's go through this quickly. Utah State. I know I mentioned them as a trap game. What are your guys' thoughts about this game here? Any chance Utah State sneaks up on them?
No, Michigan's gonna be coming in with the momentum, first game of the season, and they're just gonna take all their anger out. Not anger, but take all their excitement and just crush them.
Okay. What about you?
I see your point, Dorf, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Michigan State.
Okay, a successful game here is not just coming away from a victory. I want the second team quarterback to play the entire second half. I want them to be up so much that he gets some reps of the ones in the second quarter. That being Rocky Lombardi. So with that in mind,
Love that name.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a kid from Iowa named Rocky Lombardi.
Let's start him.
What a
Just because of his name.
Oh, by the way, you know what the best name at quarterback in all of college football is?
What's that?
Plays for Northern Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Fortress.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That's awesome.
he's actually from this area.
Where'd he go?
I forget where.
I'll look him up.
He's a true freshman at Northern Michigan.
Steel Fortress.
Steel Fortress. Steele.
I like it.
Last name Fortress. It's like the coolest name ever. He's a quarterback too. That'd be even better.
You said he's at Northwestern?
No, Northern.
Oh,
Northern Michigan.
Northern Michigan. Steel Fortress. The best name. That'd be even better if he was an offensive tackle with it. Or nose tackle. Nose tackle.
Steel Fortress?
Yes.
Nose tackle.
Steel Fortress. Nose tackle. I mean, that'd be like one of those names you think would end up in a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
Next, Arizona State. Which guy, guys?
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State on that one.
Me too.
Even though it's a late game and stuff like that, I know Michigan's going to be a little tired because they're going to be like...
Michigan State.
Or Michigan State is going to be a little tired and all that stuff, but...
They'll probably fly out Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
And
be
get used to it,
adjusted
yeah.
the time. There will be no jet lag. They'll be fine.
They have to do their studies on the plane.
Dude, they got like a 15-person academic staff, I bet, that goes with them. Like, on top of all the remote support that they can get.
Come here to play school.
We came here to play school.
No. Okay, Cardell. Well, the hilarious part is Cardell, like, even though he's still playing, came back and finished. He did play school eventually.
His mom probably made him go
Yeah.
there.
So we got Michigan State around the table there as well. So Indiana, at Indiana at the week 3 here. They do have a bye week coming up into this game. Because there's a bye week, no way in hell they lose to them. No way they lose, even though Indiana's out the road and Indiana's played them tough for several years straight. Too bad, so sad. Indiana's still just not good enough. Your thoughts, guys?
I agree. Coming off a bye, there's going to be no excuses for this one. I still think Indiana is going to play them tough, but there's going to be no question once the middle of the third quarter rolls around,
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State's going to start to really run away with it then. Definitely not a game, though, that you're going to see Lewerke's not. He's still going to be playing the second half in this game, so...
Sorry, Steel Fortress is at Michigan Tech.
Yeah, no, I was just like, he's not on the roster.
Steel Fortress. It's the greatest name ever. Shawn, what do you got for the week 3 against Indiana?
Indiana? Oh, I have MSU.
Okay. Week 4, Central Michigan. Actually, this is week 5 because this is week 3 bye week.
Mm-hmm.
5th week against Central Michigan, game 4. Let's not waste any time on this. This is a Spartan victory here, guys. Although John Bonamego's team, former Lions special teams coordinator, they're no one to be slouched on, but they're starting, I believe, a true freshman QB as well, if I remember correctly. Regardless, third QB in 3 years. So, yep.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Michigan State.
Cool story, bro.
Shawn, Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, revenge game on the 6th of October against Northwestern, coming off a disappointing loss last year. Does Michigan State run through Northwestern here? Or
Michigan State kills Northwestern.
Do they run the score on them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, D'Antonio.
It's homecoming, too. So.
Yeah, D'Antonio and all his bitterness and crotchetiness, they're going to destroy Pat's...
After last year.
The fighting Pat Fitzgerald, so...
They should just, at this point, change the school mascot to the Fighting Cats. Or go Cats. No longer the Wildcats, the Fighting Fitzgeralds.
Yeah.
Is he going to have a statue?
Probably.
Even though he's never won anything. Never
Probably.
really done anything. Is he going to have a statue when
Probably.
he's done? The only problem is he's so damn young, he's not going to be done for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And then when that time comes, he'll get his Rocky statue.
Cats.
Yeah.
Go Cats. All right. Next, the first, I would call it big test of the year at home, or on the road rather, against Penn State. You guys know my thoughts on Penn State. What do you think here? What's going to happen? Is Michigan State kind enough to play a tough road game? I mean, Happy Valley is still a tough place to play.
Very tough place to play.
I mean, James Franklin's still an idiot, but...
Still an idiot, but I still think Michigan quarterback play, defense all around. I mean, go ahead. Give me Michigan State.
I'm going to take the Spartans too, Shawn.
Yeah, I got the Spartans on this one.
Okay.
You guys know how I feel about Penn State.
Biggest game of the year right here.
Mm-hmm.
10-20, October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
At home, Michigan Wolverines. We've already all picked this game. We all have Michigan State winning this game. Let's not waste any time on it. 10-27 at home for Purdue. I'm expecting a blowout here, guys.
At Purdue.
No, they're...
Yes. Who's the first-year head coach there? I forget his name.
Doesn't matter.
Purdue's not any good.
No.
So they can't recruit any quarterbacks. But apparently their guys that they run out of town are good enough to start for LSU, apparently. And by the way, is likely going to make the damn Patriots. Danny Etling. Go figure. No shot. No shot. Michigan State comes up short here.
I agree with you on Michigan State.
Maryland. At Maryland. As long as it's not some stupid freaking night game again. That was dumb. Last time they went there was at night and bad. Because I remember everybody got hurt that game. Spartans should win easily, but ugh.
For me, DJ Durkin might be in jail at this point. So give me Michigan State.
Is that an honest take or is that just sarcastic?
And a little bit of
I don't think he has anything necessarily possible to put him in jail.
No.
Fired and never working in professional capacity again. Sure.
Yeah, he's going to. I hope he whatever he got in school as a degree. I hope he's ready to fall back on that because I
hope he saves his money.
Yeah, he's never going to be coaching in major college professional sports again.
We thought the same thing about Art Briles and good job.
He did.
This is in Italy, but
he still got a job.
Well, that's right. He was going to go work with June Jones in the CFL, and then Canada, politely protested we don't like this.
This is a little bit.
We're mildly disturbed by this.
Yeah, this is a little bit different though. When it involves players,
true,
and the safety of your of your direct players, I think it's different.
Mm-hmm. All right, I don't think
no less serious, but
fair,
different.
Serious but different. Okay. Yep. Last really big game of the year, home game against Ohio State. Shawn, what do you have here?
I have Ohio State winning. They're going to come in here. I know, it's a home game for Michigan State, but I don't think they have enough to stop Ohio State at all, and especially like that. Urban Meyer's going to be back too for that game too. So
Herbs, yeah, he's gonna be back for 2
Quite some
months.
time.
right, exactly. So I'm like, I don't see Michigan State having enough. Just like what I said for Michigan.
Okay, what about you?
What?
What are you doing?
What's going on?
A Michael Geiger windmill. I mean, you got to run down the field and you got to do the jump
Yeah.
fist bump too.
Yep, this is going to solidify Michigan State's undefeated season
You really?
in the regular season.
Okay.
So give me Michigan State.
All right. Fuck it. I want to go undefeated. Michigan State too. That's how detailed my analysis on the game breakdown is. Tune in closer to that date, and I'll give you a better one. But at Nebraska, potential trap game here because it is just a week after a big, essentially an emotional victory. That your destiny is likely in your hands at this point. If you were undefeated at this point, there's really no reason you shouldn't finish undefeated. Do they fall victim to the Nebraska Cornhuskers on the road in November?
No.
A likely night game in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Hey, if you play at Michigan, you're going to be used to the cold, so it's not going to make a big difference. You're still going to play the same way you played before. And like I said, the week before, Michigan State loses
Bad
to
things
Ohio
always
State.
happen in Lincoln, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to come out and win. How I see it, if they beat Ohio State or if they lose Ohio State, they're going to have that momentum going in the game and they're going to win. Like, if they lose to Ohio State, they're going to come in there pissed off. If they come in there after beating Ohio State, their head's going to be they're going to be so pumped up to finish the season undefeated, and they're going to come in there and just kick the crap out of Nebraska.
It's an experienced team, so I'm not necessarily worried about the letdown game, especially this late in the year. Unless, of course, they're rumbling, bumbling, stumbling into the finish because of injuries or other performance issues. I don't see them losing this game. Nebraska is going to be starting a true freshman who won't really be a true freshman at that point, but still a first-year head coach. Still don't have a lot of talent. I think Spartans will win here.
I totally agree with you. I still think it's maybe a little too close for comfort at times. I'm talking about like after half.
Oh, it'll be a game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So, but still, yeah, Michigan State's too good to go on the road, especially coming off, in my opinion, big wins against Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. No way they throw up a stinker against the Cornhuskers. Any type of stinker is them losing. I don't care if it's by 1 or 20. Them losing to Nebraska would be a shot in the arm to the entire year. So.
Okay. Last game of the year, Rutgers. Do we even want to waste any time on this?
No.
All right, Michigan State's going to win that one. Okay. Adam and I both have undefeated seasons. Sean's got 11-1.
You know the problem with that, though?
What's that?
I have them losing in the Big Ten championship game to Wisconsin.
I think that would be a pretty tough toss-up. I still think Michigan State has so much more ability to move the ball vertically downfield that will take, neutralize Wisconsin's ability to sit on the ball and smother the clock. Then it's going to be a hell of a game.
Yep.
I can't say 4 months in advance essentially whether or not.
We're getting pretty ahead of ourselves with this. But
Man, but no, it could be one of those. You remember like the last time those two teams met in the Big Ten title game, the Russell Wilson Connor Cook game.
Yep.
That could be a hell of a lot of fun to watch. Yep. That was a fun game to watch.
Wasn't JJ Watts also there at that time?
Yeah, but he was kind of an under the radar college guy. He didn't really, he wasn't like a big time hyped star. Because they had Russell Wilson at the same time. I forget who they were playing. Name a running back at Wisconsin who's not hyped at some point. I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
That's all I know. All right. Anything else on Michigan State here, guys? I want an undefeated season so bad.
I want Michigan to be an undefeated team. That ain't going to happen.
If I had to give you odds that it'll happen, I think it's less than 15%, but it doesn't mean I don't want it to.
Are you going week 1?
No.
You going to any game this year?
I do not have tickets to anything yet.
Okay. But
then again, I usually would. I'm the type of guy that would snipe a good deal like the week of. So, All right. Let's move on. Cut room floor here, guys. Tigers right-handed pitcher Artie Lewicki is going to have Tommy John. After experiencing forearm tightness hitting the DL, a MRI revealed, I believe, a slight tear in the UCL. So him and Dr. Andrews are going to have some fun together, and he's going to miss all of next season and the rest of this year. Organizational death guy. Who cares? Good luck to you, Artie, on your recovery, but that's not really going to affect the Tigers' timeline for contention at all. The Red Wings saw that leaked photo possibly of getting rid of Hockeytown finally. I know several of us in this room are saying, about damn time.
Why so much hate with this one, people? I mean,
It was dumb.
Right.
It was cool for like a 5-year run when it first came out.
It was never cool. I'm sorry.
It was kind of annoying.
I was like 5 when it first came out, so I can't comment.
I
But
couldn't. I hated the song. I hated the slogan with it.
Mm-hmm.
you mean you didn't like the chanting and the 80s guitar riff in it?
Hey, hey, hockey
So
so stupid.
It's annoying.
Do it.
So stupid. Thank God it's gone.
It's been lame for a decade
I don't know why they brought that with them too.
to the LCA.
Yeah.
Could have totally started something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the organization is unoriginal and boring and stuck in the 90s. And the way they
But we won the playoffs.
and the way they run the organization.
I think they still play. I think they still play Ace of Base in between faceoffs too.
Yes, they do.
Dumb. Don't know. Dumb. All right. Next, Red Wings finally admit to the rumor mill report from all summer that Henrik Zetterberg's likely not going to play this year. Confirming pretty much the scuttlebutt that's been going on for several months. So
You know what my problem with this is, Dorf?
what's that?
Is this report has been out in the open for
It's been out there
months.
for a while, yeah.
Months.
And they finally just responded to it.
Yeah, Jeff Moss reported on this a few months ago, and no reporter had the gumption
To make a phone call.
to make a phone call or even bring this out saying, hey, you know what? There's a good chance that Zetterberg is not going to be playing at all this year. That's a testament right there, the Zetterberg thing, on just how piss poor
Beat writers in this town are.
the beat writers in the hockey media is in the Detroit area. It's pathetic that
They're all
this
big
is
slaps.
yeah, that this is coming out now, and that this is all of a sudden mainstream news with the Detroit media market. It's pathetic that it's taken this long for something like this to.
Oh, we've known this for months.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't any secret to anybody that is really paying attention. Like I said, this
isn't a Dan Leach hot take.
no, this report dropped by Jeff Moss months ago, and for Answer Khan or Helen St. James or whoever picking up on it now, yeah, it's pathetic. Sorry, Dorf, go ahead.
No, you're good. As long as it's not a Dan Leach hot take.
Oh my God.
Seriously, I just heard from a limo driver in Detroit that Khalil Mack is in town. First off, tampering is shit if true. That would be like forfeit your first round pick bad if true. No, it wasn't Khalil Mack. Don't report on shit you hear from, quote, limo drivers.
You know what the stupidest thing about this too is, Dorf?
What's that?
USA Today picked up on it.
Oh, yeah.
The Big Lead picked up on this. And I liked how Kyle Meinke
Yeah,
came
it's
out
like-
and was like, no, that's not true. Thank God. Dan Leach, seriously? I mean, that just goes to show...
Hey, Dan, did you even bother to call somebody in Lions PR and say, hey, I got a report. Care to comment?
You know what? I could kind of forgive USA Today on it, just because I mean they're not embedded here in Detroit. They don't know the type of
They've got
boob.
local reporters.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna throw them a little
Oh,
bit
they
of a
don't know
bone.
how big of a boob.
Dan Leach is. I mean, he has the little Dan Leach WXYT or something, whatever, next to his
97.1, yeah.
yeah.
He
next
does
to his-
listen. He is officially listed as an employee.
Yeah.
Well, it's not CV Intercom.
But-
Intercom Radio Detroit. Yes.
Yeah, but Dan Leach is a fucking idiot. Anybody picking up on a Dan Leach report in the area, you are a tool bag. So
you better triple confirm that before before forwarding
Yeah.
that on. Lions made a signing today. They signed Robert Ayers off the street for.
kind of a big signing too.
It's not a bad signing, but it's,
No, I say kind of a big signing.
I'm saying it's not bad.
Yeah.
It was Pro Football Focus.
Kind of bigly.
All right, number 10 ranked edge rusher last season by Pro Football Focus did miss a couple games due to injury. is kind of old, but former first-round pick of the Broncos. Also played for the
How old is he?
Bucs.
33.
33.
You might be getting the last good functional years out of him, but at the same time, just a kind of a depth signing. Has experience in both a 4-3-3-4, depending, gives you that scheme versatility that you need, and the kind of style of defense that they're going to play.
Does he play with his hand in the dirt or no?
He has and hasn't. He played when the Broncos were a 4-3, and at the beginning of his career, he was a hand on the dirt guy. When they went to a 3-4 briefly, he was a stand-up guy. I believe played with his hand down last year in Tampa. But at the same time, he's still an athletic enough guy that he could do both. They also added pass rusher, kind of edge rusher, kind of depth for that Davon Kennard type position. Eli Harold via trade as well this week. Former third-round pick out of Virginia for the 49ers 2 years ago.
One of the kneeling guys, too.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
I did not know that. Shouldn't matter anyway, but they got him for a conditional 7th. I believe it's based on A, if he makes it, B, how much he plays.
No, that's you know what, I like that.
Essentially free.
Yeah, no, that's
he traded a 2020 7th round.
Hell yeah, not this next year. 2 years out, conditional 7th.
No, yeah. I'm okay with that. I think that Eli Harold, they've had problems this preseason getting to the passer. They're the only team in the NFL not to record. I don't know if they got one against Tampa Bay the other night, but they were the only team in the NFL through 2 weeks of the preseason not to record a sack. So,
ugh.
Yeah, not good. I mean, I don't care any way you push it, whether it's preseason or not. It's not a good thing.
Not good. All right, anything else, guys?
Daniel Norris looked good the other night. His rehab started.
I'd like to see him take an every fifth day turn in the rotation for the rest of the year.
I would too.
And I wouldn't mind shutting down Michael Fulmer. I know he made his comeback Friday. Or if you want to limit him to every other start type thing when rosters expand here next week. Iglesias, Zimmerman, and Liriano all clear trade waivers, so we expect any of them to be dealt by Friday's deadline.
Hopefully.
One of them, at least,
Yeah.
I would hope that...
I'm saying it's going to be Iglesias out of all of them.
I hope to God it's Jose Iglesias. I would be very happy if they were able to move... I mean, Jordan, you could move Liriano to a team who needs a lefty out of the pen, much like he was moved last year, and you might get a bag of baseballs from him, but that's okay. He has no value to me the rest of the year.
Nope.
All right, that's going to wrap up this 172nd episode of Motor City Uncut, presented by the Major Sports Network Detroit. Join us each and every week, Monday night at 7 p.m.-ish Eastern. We promise we'll try and be better and more on time live, or catch us on the broadcast or replay anywhere you find us, whether it be SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, yada, yada, yada. So, wherever you find us, please continue to find us there. And so for Adam, Shawn, and Dorf, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye for now.